This is a popular tale of how Tenali became a jester in King Krishnadevaraya's court. Tenali was a great devotee of Kalika Devi. Once he prayed to her for the whole night. She was very pleased. So she appeared before him and told him, Tenali Raman, go and meet King Krishnadevaraya and become a jester in his court. Tenali Raman did as directed. He went to Vijayanagar. He entered the royal court without permission. King Krishnadevaraya became very angry. King ordered his guards to chop off Tenali Raman's head. He was put in the prison for the night. He was to be killed in the morning. But witty Tenali brain had already worked. Next morning, the guards came to take him for the execution. Tenali said, according to the rule, you should fulfill my last wish. I would like to follow the custom correctly. Let me bath in Tungabhadra river before I die. The guards allowed the Tenali Raman to do so. After a bath, Tenali Raman said that he wanted to meditate. So he sat by the riverside to meditate. Then the guards were ready to do their duty when Tenali said, please let me have some food. The guards offered him food. After eating the food, Tenali Raman was ready for a short nap. The guards were very surprised to hear his requirement. But according to the rules, they were bound to agree with him. After a few hours, he woke up and said, oh, why haven't you executed me yet? You must follow your king's orders. Let me make it easy for you. I will go and stand in the river neck deep. I will shut my eyes and you can use your swords to strike off my neck. The guards agreed and Tenali Raman stood in the water. The moment he closed his eyes, the guard used his sword, but Tenali dived deep underwater and the sword cut through the air. Then Tenali appeared a few yards away in the water. He asked to be taken to the king. The guards took him to king. The guards told the king about what all had happened. And the king smiled to himself. But actually, at heart, he appreciated Tenali's wit. Once again, he ordered the guards to let Tenali Raman be killed by elephants. The king wanted to see how the intelligent Tenali would escape. This time, the guards took Tenali Raman to the outskirts of the city. They dug a trench and buried Tenali Raman up to his neck and then filled up the trench. Then they left to get the elephant. Tenali was making a plan in his mind to escape when he saw a washerman with a hunch approaching him. He was carrying a big bundle of clothes on his back. The washerman came near Tenali Raman and asked, what are you doing here? And why are you buried in the trench neck deep? Tenali Raman said, dear friend, I am a washerman like you. I also developed a hunch like yours by carrying loads of clothes. A great Vaidya told me to bury myself in this mud. And now, slowly and slowly, my backbone has straightened. The washerman believed Tenali's fake tale and wished to get his hunched back cured. So he dug out the mud and freed Tenali Raman after got himself buried in his place. Then Tenali went towards the palace and the washerman lay buried in the trench neck deep in mud. The washerman saw the guards approaching him with an elephant. He saw them and cried for help. The guards heard his cries and noticed that it was someone else in place of Tenali Raman. The guards freed the washerman. Then they rushed to the palace to inform the king about the escape of Tenali. When the guards reached the court, they were surprised to see Tenali Raman standing in front of the king. He himself was narrating the whole story of his escape. On hearing his tale of escape, the king and courtiers were laughing. Then the king said, Tenali Raman, you are really an intelligent and clever man. I appoint you a minister in my court. But Tenali Raman interrupted him and said, Your Majesty, I don't want to be a royal minister. I want to be a jester. Now the king grew very angry and said, You thankless fellow, how dare you deny my orders? Go away and don't dare to show me your face. Tenali Raman bowed his head and left the royal court. Next morning, Tenali Raman, wearing an earthen pot on his head, came into the royal court. His face was covered. Only two tiny holes in the earthen pot helped him to see. The king saw him and asked, Who are you? Your Majesty, I am your royal jester. There are no jesters in my court, the king said. Actually, I am one of your ministers. Yesterday you told me never to show my face. So, I am here, but you will not see my face. On hearing this, the king and the courtiers burst into laughter. Then the king appointed Tenali Raman the royal jester in the royal court of Vijayanagar.
Share and subscribe for more videos.